Yeah. Hustling and grinding, don't know where to go. Emerald Coast board, got the knowledge flow. Whispers in the wind, strategies unfold. Business blueprint like a pirate's code.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Tab Lab with your host, Mickey Kilburn.
Whoop, whoop.
And myself, Neil Grossheider, here to talk about some amazing things in business that nobody really ever talks about. But before we jump into it, big shout out to Tanya Seabrook and Seabrook
Yes.
Marketing. She has allowed us to use this awesome space that she has set up for her podcast, and she's allowed us to use it. So she's super awesome.
It's amazing.
Tune into her podcast. You can find it on YouTube. Just look up Seabrook Marketing. You will find it. Be sure to follow her because you will not regret it.
That's right.
But today we're going to talk about something that I think everybody struggles with, not just entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs have a harder struggle with it because it's a different mindset.
And I think they don't even realize
Yeah,
they struggle with it.
that is true. And I think military people really struggle with this. So what are we talking about?
Hanging out with friends that don't get it.
Hanging out with friends who don't get it.
And family.
And family, because that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Especially as we're coming to the holiday season's getting close.
Yep.
And that is going to be, people will be traveling. We'll have office parties. We'll have festivals where we're going to run into folks and family and friends. And so this is like pretty important to talk about.
It really is. This is something, and I bring up the military thing with this because this is really hard for military to do as well.
Mhm.
Because you get so ingrained with your unit, with whatever your mission is, your mindset, and then you're used to people just leaving.
Yeah.
And you talk to them, you're like, well, we'll see you later. And
Yeah.
you never see them again.
Yeah. Yep.
But then that mindset continues. And then being an entrepreneur, going from, hey, these are my friends outside of business who are not entrepreneurs, losing that connection with them. And they don't understand what they're going through.
Yeah.
And what they're actually doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they're like, hey, Neil, let's go golf Saturday.
Cool, that'd be great.
Except for Neil has a class that he's teaching on Saturday.
Yeah.
And they don't understand.
They don't understand it. And it's hard to emphasize what we're doing because 9-to-5 jobs, they have a very clear, distinct,
Yep.
hey, 5 o'clock hits, brain shuts off, I don't have to worry about work. Weekends here.
Yeah.
We know that light is at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that light at the end of the tunnel?
Nope. They have rules and boundaries, and we do not.
We do not. We can be in that constant state of on,
Mm-hmm.
which is so hard for somebody else to understand who's never experienced that.
That's a funny story because we say this, and all the time I'll get a text from Neil. It'll be like 6:30 in the morning, and I'll get a text from Neil and go, hey, buddy, I had a shower moment. What do you think about this? And he goes on and he'll start talking about ideas. And I'll be honest, most of the time they're pretty good. But
And so I'm really excited, and I do text him at 6:30 in the morning. You're welcome. It's at 6:30, not
Yes.
before.
yes,
But I usually text him there because I'm excited I remembered it.
yeah,
Most of the time, like you have those shower thoughts. You have it in the shower, then you cross that magical threshold of the shower, and all of a sudden it's gone. Like everything you thought about is gone. So if I remember it, I'm like, I have to text him right now, or otherwise I'm going to forget.
yep,
So that's why you get those early morning.
yeah. But they're usually good, but that goes back to the mindset of a 9-to-5er in the shower is not thinking about how they can do better at work. They're not.
No.
They're getting ready for work. They're making their coffee. They're eating their breakfast and watching the news or whatever.
Yeah. And we are constantly thinking about it. So what do you think is some good ways that we can kind of relate this to them? Or how do we even interact
Yeah.
with, people who don't get it?
Right. Well, so, with this time of year, we got all these events. You go to a family, a family event or something like that. And we walk into this event thinking, hey, we start talking about our business, and we need to remember, this whole thing of this is not a networking event. I'm here for
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, right.
You walk into a room full of people, you automatically assume.
Yeah, and we forget that, hey, we're here for conversation, not conversion.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's deep. We haven't even hit the old man wisdom.
No, we haven't. But we do that, and
It's
it's
like
not
a freebie.
early.
Really,
We
yeah.
stick to the end.
It's-
But this is, it's not just those things, events. I mean, you could be going like this weekend here in Pensacola, we have the seafood festival.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
starts today.
Today.
Starts today
Yeah.
through Sunday. So if you're in Pensacola, seafood festival. But the thing about it is we're going, Tanya and I are going with, another couple.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be interesting because, how do I go and not talk about business?
Yep.
And things like that, and not say, hey, guess what's going on? Guess what Neil and I are doing? It'll be hard to do that because we think that way all the time.
And what are they going to say?
Yeah.
Cool.
What? Yeah, that's great. Let's get some shrimp.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
awesome, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's not super helpful.
It's not. And, and even still, when we walk around the seafood festival, there'll be something there that's going to jog something in me that go, oh, man, Neil and I should do this.
Yes.
Neil and I should do that.
You're going to tell me about it.
Yeah. Oh, I will. You'll get a text.
I know. It'll be awesome. It'll be
Yeah.
awesome. But just for our viewers out there, the seafood festival will be over by the time you listen to this.
That's right. I was thinking about that after we said that.
After
Yeah.
you sort of mentioned that, I was like, well, that's okay.
But it's every year, y'all.
It is. So next time you go,
Mm-hmm.
or the next festival, because we are in festival season.
Yeah.
And the next Halloween's coming up, Thanksgiving's
Mhm.
coming up, Christmas is coming up. We spend this time with family
Uh-huh.
and friends, and we spend this time with family and friends who we don't see that often.
That's right.
And they're going to ask us, hey, Mickey, how's business going?
Yeah.
And you're going to immediately jump into that conversion.
Yeah.
Business is going great. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. And they're
Mhm.
going to be like, holy crap, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
They absolutely.
And you're just trying to celebrate your wins. You're trying to immerse them in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have that same mindset. They don't understand what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
'Cause their small wins are a lot different than our small wins.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when we go and see, I go see my old Navy buddies.
Yeah.
And I know you do a canoe trip with your friends
Yep.
every year.
Mhm.
That's hard to not shut off.
Oh my gosh.
And for the record, I still got text and emails while he was on his trip. Just saying.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is hard. That's why we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we have these things that are going on and we're all experiencing it, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Yep.
And that's why we have these hard talks.
That's a great point you bring up about that canoe trip. I was sending you texts and emails about it, and my buddies, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
None of them are entrepreneurs. They're all that 9 to 5,
Mhm.
the 12-hour shift kind of work. And we got to Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden my phone just blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just
Oh my
constant.
gosh.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just siphoned through some things until there was like 2 things that I could not. I had to get addressed immediately.
Mhm.
And I gave one of my friends my keys, and I was like, hey guys, I'll walk back to the campsite. I got to take care of this. It'll take 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And they're like, Neil, seriously?
Yep.
You shouldn't be working right now. I was like,
Yeah.
cool, got it, man. I fully understand.
Mhm.
I will be back as soon as I can. Please just give me a beer out of the cooler before you leave.
Yep. I know you all are feeling it out there too. You guys have experienced this.
Yeah, and I didn't even try to incorporate them into it. I didn't even try to explain it. It was
Mhm.
just here are my keys, give me a beer, I'll meet you back there.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Yep.
Kind of thing. And there's probably some better ways I could have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of let them kind of feel the pain, feel the, it's constantly on kind of thing. But at the time it was like, I just got to get this done.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't understand. I'm not even going to try to explain it.
Yeah. And the irony is when you guys first met, they were probably like, must be nice to be your own boss and take off when you want.
Exactly. Yes. And then now they see it's like, no, Neil's never off. Every time we get Wi-Fi, every time he gets a signal, his phone just blows up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that constant state of being on and getting them to understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is very hard.
Yeah. But, to be fair, when you take some of those trips, he sends me cool pictures.
I do.
He sends me some pretty cool pictures.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Neil and I have that relationship that, I'll get a text or an email from Neil and it says, I better not hear it back from you. This is for when you get back. He'll do that to me and I'll do that to him, but it don't matter because Neil's always working in his mind.
Yeah. But
So,
but it just goes right back to friends that don't get it.
right.
And we need to be able to do that for them because our relationship with our work friends, our work acquaintances is great, but it's even more important that we maintain our friends outside of that work
Mm-hmm.
for our life and our health.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we're focused on the business there, but man, we've got to focus on them. So we have to learn how to turn that off. We have to learn how to either include them, get them to understand it,
Mm-hmm.
or shut it off completely so we can focus on them
Yeah.
and focus on our relationship.
Why is
going
that so
forward.
important?
To focus on that?
Why is it so important to, separate that and have those friendships that are not in the business?
Oh man, mental health it's all about that mental health aspect. Because
Yes.
if you're constantly on, your brain is working overtime and you need a break. I mean,
Mhm.
it's scientifically proven.
Yep.
You have to have breaks. And if you have that person, you have those people who
Yeah.
can give you that break,
Yeah.
take it, use it, because you're going to come back recharged, refreshed
Mhm.
from whatever it is. And it's just maybe one evening, maybe one afternoon, maybe one whatever.
Yeah.
But if you can take that time and just focus on them, focus on that relationship, not talk about business, not do anything with business, now
Yeah.
you're giving your brain a chance to just like, okay, let me take some mental health time, have fun,
Yeah.
cut loose,
Yep.
and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And there's a lot to be said about that. I'm sure he's got some scientific studies and some Air Force stuff to back it up, but
Can't help it, we're awesome.
that time away with a friend
Yes.
is way different than saying, you know what, I'm going to take a 20-minute break and just walk.
Yeah.
There's a difference between taking a 20-minute break and then walking around versus taking, a 30-minute lunch and go, or a coffee and go hang out with a friend.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's totally separate.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you take that 20-minute walk, what are you doing? What are you thinking about?
You're thinking about work,
Thinking about work.
your business, thinking about payroll,
Mm,
thinking about, oh, it's the holidays.
gotta get this.
Business don't stop during the holidays just because you did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take that 30-minute lunch, 30-minute coffee break,
Yes.
30-minute beer, whatever it is with that friend, now and you truly focus on them, you've cut ties with work at that point. And you're truly dedicating yourself and your mental health to that, which is going to just make you feel better going forward. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of it.
Absolutely. And I've noticed that when I purposely do that, my friends, my Navy buddies will come down here all the time and we'll go hang out with them for a while and we'll talk and do things. And I just don't focus on things at all.
Yeah.
But I'll find when I go back and I engage, I'm so refreshed. The problems that I had before I left that I couldn't figure out how to solve, when I come back, my brain is just ready to go.
Yep.
And somehow the problem, I solve it. And I'm like, why didn't I think about that before I went?
You took a step back.
That's right.
And that's what's really hard for us to do, is take that step back, focus on something totally different when we think there is something super important that we have to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually take that time away to focus on our friends,
Yeah.
to focus on those other acquaintances. The family doesn't really matter, but that other person who doesn't have that same mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come back and we see it in a totally different way.
Yep.
Totally different way. It's most of the time a clearer picture.
Yep. And this one hits hard for you and I both. When we don't take that mental break and let that go, when you go spend time with Eleanor, if you're thinking about how is Mickey going to get paid this month,
Correct.
how am I going to get Mickey another board, instead of reading that book to Eleanor, how does that affect future relationships? How does that affect you? How does that affect that sweet girl? She's amazing, by the way.
I love it.
Loves my ribs.
She does. She asks for his barbecue ribs all the time.
Yep. But
Same.
how does that affect those relationships going forward?
It's tremendous.
Mhm.
It is absolutely tremendous. I was actually having this conversation with somebody a while ago. Whenever I get home, I created a habit for myself. Don't get me started on habits. I won't bore you guys that much.
Here we go with neuropaths.
Yep, here we go, baby. But what I do is whenever I get home, I set my phone down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go in a specific spot. It just goes somewhere. And most of the time I lose my phone, because when I'm home, I want to dedicate that time with her.
Yep.
And it's a mental break for me to be like, okay, my phone is down. Now, if it's like 3 o'clock and I have to pick her up early from school or whatever, yeah, I'll still keep my phone and stuff around because people are still, like, workday's still going on. But at 5 o'clock, that phone is away.
Yep.
Now I'm focused on her, and I don't know where my phone is.
Yep.
And I've trained myself, again, neural pathways, yeah. When my watch goes off, I don't even have the urge to look at it.
Yeah.
if I'm sitting there cuddling her or holding her or playing with her and she feels my watch or sees my watch going off, she'll be like, Papa, your watch is buzzing.
Yeah.
I say, okay, that's fine.
Yep.
It can wait because I'm going to get back to it.
Yeah.
And that right there, that mental break that I have just to spend time with her, she doesn't understand. She's 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes right back to friends who don't get it.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. They don't see that break that they need.
Yeah.
That's very important.
It is. And, you do. I know I'll pick up my phone and get ready to send Neil a text about something because Neil's a morning person. I'm an afternoon, evening person. That's where my mojo is. And Neil knows this. But I see when I go to send you a text at like 7:30, do not disturb. And then when Elle goes to sleep, all of a sudden I start getting texts again.
Yeah.
And that's good though. That's so healthy.
It is.
And in my house, I have a rule. I started it when my kids were babies. When it's dinner time, there's no phones at the table, period.
Yep.
None.
Yep.
And I'll leave my phone in the other room and we have dinner. And, being in real estate,
Oh, that's hard.
how many times I've submitted a contract to somebody for an offer on a home
Yep.
and I hear my phone ringing and my wife, or even my kids now, because my kids are all older now,
Yeah.
they'll be like, hey, Dad, you just submitted an offer. Don't you need to check that? And I tell them, nope,
I don't.
I don't.
I'm good.
It'll be there when I'm done eating.
Correct. Yep.
This time is family time.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge because that relationship with your kids,
Yes.
they now know, they see you are making an actual effort to say they are way more important
Absolutely.
than anything else going on.
They're my why.
Yep, they're your why. But again, it goes back to those friends as well. Like, is your time with them that you don't get to see them all the time? Is your time with them more important, or is your work more important?
Oh, yeah. What do you say to your friends? What does that say to your friends when you're working? What does that say that they're worth?
Exactly.
It's power. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Dude, you're getting, I don't know, maybe it's because you're hanging around me, the old man of
I
wisdom's
think I'm just
rubbing
getting
off.
more gray hair. I think that's what it is. I think it's just the more gray hair.
Maybe we need to do like pictures every week to see.
Yeah, and it's just going to be more gray hair. It's like hang out with Mickey.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's great. I mean, because those relationships are, like you mentioned, so valuable for our mental health. If we are not putting those people as an important part of our lives, it's going to hit our lives and our mental health.
Well, think about it like this: lifelong friends versus lifelong business acquaintance.
That's right.
What do you value more?
Right. That's right.
Like right there, when you put it in that perspective, if you have these friends that are lifelong friends, you've been friends with them forever, you know you'll be friends with them for the rest of your life, versus somebody you meet at a networking event.
Yeah.
Who is more important?
And what happens when you sell your business or you leave your business, however way you choose to do it, or you turn it over to your kids, whatever it is?
Correct.
What happens?
Who's going to be there? Who's going to be there for you? Who's going to be there when you're done?
Yep.
Business acquaintance, they're going to move on. They may have already moved on.
Yeah.
But those lifelong friends, so we have to bring them back in. We have to keep them in our lives consistently in good ways. So there's a way that I like the tell, show, do approach. So
Dun, dun, dun.
dun, 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 here we go. And I do this to you all the time. I know we're business partners and everything, but you're also one of my good friends. So this is why I do this, because I send you stuff.
You heard that. You heard that.
I did say that. I should take that back. We should edit that out.
Nope. Lots of tacos to get that out.
Yeah, oh man, that's true. A lot of tecates. But how many times do I send you something? Hey buddy, can you look this over?
A lot.
Hey, can you test this out? And I want your feedback from it. So this tell, show, do approach is when your friends, they are interested in what you're doing, because they're like, man, you're doing something totally different than what we're doing. Yep. What are you doing? So you tell them, hey, I'm working on this project. Then show them, yeah, this is what we got going on. What do you think about it?
That's good.
Hey, would you like to test it for me? Would you like to run through this and see what you think? I'd love your feedback.
Yes.
Because now you're bringing them into your business. You're bringing them into your life. They kind of get a better feeling of what's going on.
Yeah.
But at the same point, now you're getting somebody's perspective that you truly care about. You truly value what they say and what what they think.
Yeah.
They may come back and just be like, Neil, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Note
Yeah.
taken. But I do that stuff to you constantly.
Yeah, which by the way, he's got some great planner stuff coming out.
I do.
It's amazing.
Real excited about it.
Neil's done a lot for me in time management. This, what he just did, is a game changer.
Yeah, real excited. I'm still waiting for you to give me your feedback on the booklet.
Well, maybe some tacos will loosen my lips.
See, and then we go get tacos, and we will probably talk about business.
We will, but we'll start off talking about things in our lives.
Yes,
We always do.
we
We'll
always
talk
do.
about Elle and what she's doing, and she talks about how she wants Funyuns or some of that meat candy.
That's true. Unfortunately, every time we go to his house, we get like this family-sized bag of Funyuns. And Elle's like, this is awesome. Because we don't buy her that stuff at home. And then she comes home with a family-sized bag.
Uncle
from
Mickey
Uncle
does.
Mickey. Yeah.
Yeah. But, Corey doesn't share the ribs either.
No, she doesn't.
Poor Elle.
Yeah, she doesn't. Corey will eat those ribs, and Elle's like, where's mine? I don't know what you're talking about, kid.
Yeah. But we always start out talking about family. We do. And we talk about, because our wives are important, and we both know, and this is where the friendship comes.
Mm-hmm.
And from the beginning, this has always been, our friendship has always been there before the business.
Correct.
And through the business, we know, both Neil and I know each other's whys.
Yep.
So everything that we do is going towards each other's whys, because now that we're friends, I want you to meet your whys.
Yep.
I want you to have your family intact. I want you to be able to do the things that you want to do. It makes me, as your friend, focus harder on that. And I think that's what you said about sharing with them helps that, because now they're like, hey man, I love Neil. He's a great guy. We'll edit that out.
You should keep that
We'll
in
edit
there.
that out.
Yeah, we're going to keep that one in there. You guys heard it.
Oh man, I'm going to hear that forever. But those things, because I care about Neil so much that I want you to be successful. So when you send those things, I definitely want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to read it and investigate it and tear it apart. And sometimes he'll give me stuff, and most of the time it's good feedback. Sometimes it's not, but you fix it and we go forward. But when you do that with friends who are not in your business, you're going to strengthen that relationship. They're going to get a little bit of taste of what Neil does, and what you go through. And they're like, wow, that's pretty good, Neil. I didn't know that you did stuff. I thought you just went around to network meeting every other day.
Which is pretty much what
Every
I do.
time I hear you talk to you, you're drinking beers at an after hours networking event.
That is true. That is true. But how do you strengthen your relationships with your friends outside of business?
That's great. So a lot of ways that I do stuff is, number one, I don't talk about my business a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They'll, because, I do real estate as well. And a lot of people will say, hey, Mickey, when we first get together, hey, how's the market?
That's a fun question.
That's all the time a fun question. Yeah. And, it's a funny thing, because they'll talk about it, and I usually try to deflect.
Yeah.
And I'll go, the market's doing what it is. You see the news. And then I'll be like, hey, how's things going for you? What's new with you? What are you up to?
Yeah.
I deflect, because I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about my business. I want to be there for my friend. I want to be present for my friend.
I like that, being present for the friend.
Yeah. And when you tell somebody, hey, what's going on with you? They're just going to open up, because everybody likes to talk about themselves.
Yeah. Well, you're showing more empathy towards them.
Absolutely.
And entrepreneurs, they inherently struggle with a disconnect of empathy with people who don't get it.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's inherent. We're used to talking about our business all the time.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden we have a disconnect with empathy of somebody else is doing a 9-to-5 job or something that's completely different.
Yeah.
They don't have the same thought process.
Yeah.
So now it's a disconnect of like, okay, cool. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's good to have that disconnect, because you can, when you talk to somebody as a business owner, when you meet somebody, as you start talking and getting to know them, you're thinking several things. You're thinking, number one, is my products good for them? Can I sell something to them?
Yep.
Could they be a partner? Could they be an affiliate? Is there somebody that I can refer them to help their business? Those are always going through your minds.
Yep.
It's never just a sit down and, hey, how are you doing today? We're always thinking. We can't help it.
Nope.
That's just how we're wired. Yep. And so that's why it's so important when we sit down with them to not take that. And I'll deflect. I turn the story around about them.
Yeah, and that's a really important part to get them back into it, to show empathy towards them, because you truly care about them.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's taking yourself out.
Yeah. And it's not totally selfless because by them talking about them, I'm feeling better because I'm hearing about my friend that I care about. I'm listening to what's going on in their lives, and celebrating their victories and their families' victories and things like that.
Huge.
And maybe even celebrating their 9-to-5 victories.
Because I mean, they have those.
They do.
That's a very important thing, and that's what keeps a lot of people going. Like those awards, those pay bumps, raises, bonuses. You get promoted.
Yeah.
I mean, those are huge wins for people.
Yeah. It's funny because they'll be like, hey, I hit my sales bonus. I'm going on a vacation. They don't want to hear our celebration. Hey, we made payroll this month.
Yes, did it.
It's not the same.
No. And it's when you look at just the successes, look at it from failures.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
When somebody with a 9-to-5 job has a failure, they lose their job. That's often seen as negative. When a small business owner, an entrepreneur fails, they have something negative happen, it's seen as a learning point. I mean, how many businesses, what's the average it takes an entrepreneur to have a successful business?
It's 3 to 5.
3 to 5 businesses. 3 to 5 businesses.
So that's something to really think about. If you struggle, and we talked about this in our previous ones about you're not your job, you're not your business.
The identity crisis.
So if you fail and you end up closing a business and you get a second idea, maybe you shouldn't give up on that idea.
Yeah, because entrepreneurs usually see that failure, that negative thing, as a lesson learned.
Yes.
And then they take it and they build upon it. Whereas usually in the 9-to-5, it's not that.
Nope. We're going to put you on a performance plan.
Correct.
You get a negative review. You don't get your bonus.
Yeah, it's a totally different mindset. And it's keeping those people there and keeping them grounded so they understand that. Because if you tell your buddy, hey, our business tanked, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, man, that's so sorry to hear that. And all we're thinking is, well, now I know what not to do.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah. And if you're in the 3rd or 4th, you've learned 3 ways not to do things.
That's exactly right. And then you know a lot of good things to do from that point going forward. Absolutely. Yeah. So what old man wisdom you got for us?
So old man wisdom, your mental health is critical. Entrepreneurs' mental health, it can be rough because we go through so many emotions in one day. And our mental health is important, and we need to take care of that. And one way to do that is through relationships, and relationships that are not about business. They can be business men or women that you talk to and have as friends, like we are. But there's times that we sit and talk and we don't even focus on business. The relationship is there. And when I leave from our 2 hours of, flying burrito and tecates, I feel so much better.
Well, because the waitress doesn't stop bringing us tecates.
She does not.
We didn't even ask. She just keeps bringing them.
Yeah. It's like she knows we're talking and doing stuff, and she just brings them out.
It's weird.
Until she ran out.
That's true.
So, but those are important for us and our mental health. And if your mental health slips, what else slips?
Your life.
And your business. So remember, the mental health is important, but it's not just important for you, but it's also important if the why, because the why is what's running this whole thing. If you don't have a why, none of it matters.
None of it matters.
And you're not going to do anything. So like for you and me, that why is so important for us. If our mental health breaks down, we can't focus on our why anymore.
That's exactly it.
All relationships will suffer. And what was the point of running a business? My whole point of running the business is so that I could be with my kids more. But if I've fallen apart in the process,
it doesn't help.
It does not.
And to spend more quality time with those friends.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter. So there's a line here I really want to read because I think it's awesome. The most valuable support they can offer is a reminder of who you are outside of the business.
That's good.
I think it's real powerful for people to understand that.
That's good.
Like they remind you who you are of that person. Because again, the identity crisis, we are not the business.
That's right.
They are there to ground you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. I think when you are 75, 80, whatever, and Eleanor thinks about what my daddy was, do you want her to think about, oh, my daddy was a great businessman, he was a great entrepreneur? No. You want her to think, my daddy's the best daddy.
Yep. That's exactly it. And that's how we should be looking at things.
Yes.
So,
That's great.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is a wrap for the Tab Lab. If you guys have any comments, questions, please let us know. Don't forget to like or subscribe because it's going to be fun. We got some awesome ones coming out.
Yep.
And I think that's about it.
Yeah. Leave comments.
Yes, sir.
Love comments.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you guys.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Hustling and grinding, don't know where to go. Emerald Coast board, got the knowledge flow. Whispers in the wind, strategies unfold. Business blueprint like a pirate's code.